Hey guys, it's QuickyBaby, and you might remember, just before I went to Gamescom, we hit 150,000 subscribers on the channel, and I wanted to do a short pokey competition, and I chose that there would be one tank involved, it'd be the Comet, and you would have 2 weeks to send me your best replays with gold rewards. Well, MegaSander is going to show us his round in the Comet. Now, statistically, many of you would berate a player like MegaSander in the game, saying, "Oh, he is a noob, look at his stats, they are so bad." But here MegaSander is, about to show you guys how to rock and roll in the Comet. Now this is obviously a very nice matchup for the Comet. Just under half the enemy team are tier 7, with a few tier 6s and a lot of tier 5s. MegaSander is playing quite aggressively here, putting the mobility of the Comet to good use. Now, he's advancing quite aggressively. I personally wouldn't be this aggressive into this position. I feel that if the enemy tanks were to poke up on that ridge line, they might be able to overwhelm you. Now the Comet has got excellent DPM, as we're about to see here against this Jagdpanther. But thinking about the fact that this matchup is so nice, and the Comet's DPM is so brutal as we're seeing here, I guess the fact that MegaSander has gone here is he has faith in this machine. And if you're going to put faith in any tier 7 tank, I would put mine in the Comet to battle its way out of most situations. So MegaSander was able to do 556 damage to that Jagdpanther very quickly. Now he's trying to aim at this Crusader who's running away from him. He's using third person to see where the buildings are. And that one just went over his head. And luckily for him, the enemy artillery, who are probably quaking in their boots right now at the idea of this Comet advancing very aggressively down the western flank, narrowly missed his vehicle. And now there's a tier 7 German premium tank destroyer against him. MegaSander aims for the tracks. Hits flush, but unfortunately, because of the low alpha damage on the Comet, he was unable to take off the tracks with one hit. And that is one of the disadvantages of the Comet. You can have a great rate of fire and amazing DPM, but your alpha damage means that you have to hit tracks at least 2 or even sometimes 3 times to be able to take them off the enemy vehicle. Nevertheless, MegaSander has shaved off a lot of the health of the C-25, leaving him on one shot and secures the kill there. 746 damage done to his tier 7 tank destroyer in a very nice matchup. And hey look, MegaSander has taken out the 2 best players on the enemy team with some support, but more or less by himself. What a fantastic result for him so far. And now he's got an opportunity to put shots into this T-43 and now a Stug. And it's not very fair when a Comet gets to shoot at tier 5 tanks, especially tank destroyers, as they do have very low hit points. So even though MegaSander has been able to pull off 1,700 damage and kill arguably the 2 best players on the enemy team in their tank destroyers, his team is still behind by 3 vehicles. Now MegaSander sees the artillery that has been shooting at him all game. And blitzkriegs in, and one tries to ambush him to the left. He hards to the left, engages ramming speed, takes one out, and aims at the others. He fires an HE ammunition for 191, but then makes a mistake and fires directly at the gun, readjusts his aim, and puts one into the side of the GW Panther. Unfortunately for him, one of the most dangerous tanks at tier 6, the box tank, the SU-100Y, has him in his sights, putting round after round of that 130mm into his side. There's only one way out of that situation, and MegaSander is going straight at the ball of a tank that is the SU-100Y and puts him down, doing 1 damage with his last shot. That SU-100Y must have very nearly reloaded there. And now if I was MegaSander right now, I would have a lot of adrenaline. Holy moly, that was a lot of action in a very short period of time. It was hard to keep up with it. But he's come out with a fantastic result, already at 5 kills and 2,600 damage. Even if he was to die now, this would be an amazing result for the Comet. So maybe that rush of adrenaline dissuaded MegaSander from capping. He's calling in from help from his allies. He sees the IS is looking at someone else and puts a few rounds into what looks like the turret ring of the IS. Maybe he's trying to jam the turret. He decides he's got the IS low enough to make his way in, and the great rate of fire on the Comet allows him to secure the kill on the IS there, doing 567 damage to him and securing his top gun. So the enemy tanks are capping now. MegaSander seems to think that he has to interrupt. He's asking his team to cap right now. He does have 2 tier 5 tanks behind him. And considering that there's still 1 tier 7 heavy tank on the enemy team as well as 3 tier 6 heavy tanks, tier 5s generally don't do very well against those kind of vehicles. So it's very weird what's happened here. Both teams have done a circle around the map and then decided that, hell, we don't want to cap, let's fight it out like men. Now, if the BDR and the Chinu had capped, they would have undoubtedly won. And to be honest, if MegaSander had stayed in the cap there, which would, in hindsight, and well, in retrospect, it would have been the better play, considering he is on 116 health. He would have probably won by now. I don't think the IS on the enemy team would have been able to make it back to interrupt him. Seems like the BDR and the Chinu think that MegaSander is the greatest thing in the world right now. Oh look, that Comet, he's got 6 kills, let's follow him! And so they are racing around after him in support. Now MegaSander sees that there's a T-150 who's about to execute his BDR buddy. So he makes it to the ridgeline and puts this 12 degrees of gun depression on the Comet to good use. He fires 1 blind and reevaluates the situation, questioning where the remaining enemy tanks are. The Chinu probably makes a respot off on the T-150. MegaSander auto-aims the first shot, then de-auto-aims and aims manually. And he has perfect side shots here on the T-150 and is absolutely wrecking that tank. Already having done 590 damage to it and securing the kill, bringing the total over 700 damage very quickly. Now there's a tier 7 heavy tank in IS making his way across the map. MegaSander puts in the second shot and proceeds to go to town on the IS. That one was aimed a little bit too far to the right. That one was a great shot right through the track. So MegaSander has run out of regular ammunition, having already done 4,300 damage this game. And so now he's down to his premium rounds, and he manages to set the IS on fire, doing 956 damage to the IS. Wow. He has just absolutely turned this game around. What a brilliant result for him and the Chinu, who was undoubtedly spotting for him in that situation. If I was MegaSander now, I would be on an adrenaline rush. He has to think, where's the Leopard? Even the Leopard could kill him right now. It's sneaking up on him, but thankfully the Leopard has very low hit points. MegaSander gets a ridgeline between him and the Leopard, which is definitely the right thing to do. And scouts out to see if he was coming right at him, but he notices that the Leopard is not interested in him. He wants the Chinu. Unfortunately, the Leopard manages to kill his Chinu buddy. And MegaSander manages to track the Leopard and take him out the game. He bounces a shot from the KV-1S from his mantlet. Puts 1 in. 2. Oh no! Oh gosh, that's brutal. The ARL managed to put a shot into him from stealth. We don't know where the ARL was. He could have been over there, probably behind the bushes. Or maybe he put a very long-range shot in from down there. What an absolute heartbreak for MegaSander. One more kill would have secured him the Pools medal, but he only got 9. I was still ultra impressed. MegaSander, thank you so much for sending me this replay. It was amongst the best that I saw. And I love the way that you proved the statistics wrong. You took out the 2 best players on the enemy team and gave it absolute everything that you had to try and win the game. And that's why I'm going to be sending you 2,500 gold. Congratulations. Let's just take a very quick look at the post-game stats. So MegaSander managed to pick up the high caliber medal, unsurprisingly for his fantastic round, with a Radley Walters medal. Base experience was 1,727. MegaSander showed excellent marksmanship this game. He fired 55, of which 46 hit, and 40 of those penetrated. He took 6 hits, of which 3 penetrated his tank, blocking 660 damage, of which the majority was done by that KV-1S towards the end of the game. On his quest to victory, MegaSander damaged 13 out of the 15 tanks on the enemy team, and had to travel over 4 kilometers to do so. Again, MegaSander, thank you so much for sending me this replay. I really enjoyed it, and I hope everyone else did as well. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do consider rating it down below. It really helps the channel out. And let me know in the comments what you think about discounting players based on statistics. Are you kind of guilty of it? Or do you just judge people based on their actions in-game? I've got another Comet replay coming up for you guys, so don't worry, this wasn't the only one from the competition that I want to show you. But if this has sparked your interest in this fantastic Tier 7 British medium tank, which is my favorite in the game, then you can click up here and you can see a full tank review on the Comet. Anyway guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.